Hi, good day. You're welcome to another session of the Startup Growth Program, strictly brought to you by Startup Launch Code, a growth-focused startup agency here in Nigeria. So you're welcome to another interesting session where we'll be looking at another interesting and fascinating topic. So today, I'll be talking about one of the crucial aspects of business success. We live in a world where competition is fierce and customer preference is constantly changing. So here today we'll be discussing a very good and interesting topic, which is understanding go-to-market strategy and why you need one for your business. So it is important for you as a startup founder or as a player in the startup ecosystem to know to know what is called a go-to-market strategy and why you also need one for your product or service as it were. So I'm no other person than Dowd Kennedy, a growth specialist with startup launch code. So yeah, so what are we going to learn through the course of this session? So yeah, we'll be doing looking at what is meant by the go-to-market strategy. Then we also discuss a little bit on why do you actually need a go-to-market strategy. After that, we'll be looking at key elements that makes up a go-to-market strategy. Then we'll be looking at the importance of having a go-to-market strategy. Then we'll be looking at the step by step ways that you can actually use to develop a go-to-market strategy. So when we talk about a go-to-market strategy, it's just like a roadmap that startups or businesses follow in order to put their product into the market. So, and like I said, as a business owner, as a startup fan or person in the startup space, you need to understand these concepts and basically know why you need one and why it is important for you to have a very good and robust go-to-market strategy. So yeah, get a bottle of your favorite drink, get a pen and a paper as well, because it's going to be a very interesting session. So yeah, let's get started. So yeah, it is important that the success of any product launch depend largely on the ability for you to attract and retain your customers. So without customers, there is no business. So the success for any product is one, you should be able to attract your customers, not just attracting these customers, but you should be able to retain this customer for a very, very long time. So, what exactly is a go-to market strategy? I'm sure they are not hearing this particular terminology for the first time, but you may or might not understand what this means. So that's why I'm here to make you understand what is a go-to market strategy. So, from my definition, it says that a go to market strategy is a comprehensive plan which outlines how a company will bring its product or services to the market to effectively reach its target customers. So, when we're talking about a go to market strategy, it's just from the name go to market. So it simply means you are looking for a way to get your product into the market. Now you're not just putting your product into the market, you are looking for a way that is going to be effective for you to reach your target customers. Because if you just put your product in the market and you are not hitting the right type of audience, then you will not be making the kind of growth you need to make with your business. So when you talk about a go-to-market strategy, it's just a comprehensive plan that is well outlined on how you are going to what to bring either your product or your service to the market, but not just bringing it to the market, but you are looking for the most effective way to get that product or service to the customers who actually needs this product, and these customers are known as your what as your target audience. So that's just the basic definition of what a go-to-market strategy is. Now, what is the purpose of even having a go-to-market strategy? Now, one of the purpose of having a go-to-market strategy is one, you want to be able to say, oh, you've had a successful product launch. Yes, if you are bringing a product to the market and you are not hitting the right audience, the target audience are not getting your product, then you can't say you've had a successful product launch. So one of the purpose of having a go-to-market strategy is to that at the end of what the whole process, you are able to say, oh yes, we've actually successfully launched our product into the market. That is number one. Number two is that you want to drive what we call customer adoption or product adoption. That is, once you've launched your product into the market, you want your target audience to embrace and adopt this your product. You are not just putting the product into the market for nobody to use, but you're actually hitting the right target customers, and they are willing and accepting your product with open arms. That is two. And you are also not only that, you are also what generating revenue. So the purpose of having a go-to-market strategy is number one, you want to be ensure that you're having a very, very successful product launch. You are also driving customer or product adoption at the same time. Then you are also what driving and generating revenue. So this is one of the purpose of having a go-to-market strategy. So why do you need a go-to-market strategy? Now that you've understand that a go-to-market strategy is a plan that clearly outline the process that you will use to effectively bring your product or service into the market, and you've also learned the purpose of having a go-to-market strategy, which is for you to have a successful product launch, to have what we call a robust product adoption, and you're also generating revenue. So why do you need a go-to-market strategy? So let's see some of the reason why you need a go-to-market strategy. Number one, it helps you to align your internal teams, set goals, and establish metrics to measure your success. So what this simply means is that now you want to launch a particular product into the market. You need everybody in the team to actually know what you are aiming for. You need to bring in the engineering team. You need to let them know the roles they'll be playing for this your product launch. You need to let the marketing team knows what their roles are for the product launch. You need to let the customer success team also know that okay, this is their role for this product launch. Even the top management, everybody has a role to play when it comes to when it comes to the successful launch of a product. So you need to get everybody aligned. That is number one. Then it also helps you to set a goal. Okay, probably at the point of launch, your goal is to have like 1,000 or 500,000 download of your application. That is a goal. So once you're able to set that goal, you've aligned the internal teams, everybody has known their roles and responsibility, then it helps you to establish the metrics you need to measure if you had a successful product launch or not. So let's say your goal is to get like 100,000 signups in the first 3 months after your product launch. Now, after the 3 months, you go back to your goals. You're able to say, okay, we are able to make 50% of our goals. We're able to make 100% of our goals. So, having a go-to-market strategy helps you to to get these things going. That is number one. Number two, it also provide a roadmap for effective resources allocation. Yes, you want to launch your product. Okay, how much do you need, or what are the resources, or what are the materials and resources you will need for a successful product launch. Also ensuring that the right product is delivered to the right customer through the right channels with the right messaging. Yes, your go-to market strategy will have everything that will help you to successfully put your product to the market, and this includes your the materials, the resources you will need, your because you've done your market research, you already know your target audience, your distribution channels where you're going to meet them. You've also factored in your value proposition, your messaging, so it helps you to effectively what have a successful product launch whereby you're able to see, okay, these are the channels we are going to adopt for our product launch. This is the messaging we are going to use for this segment of the market. This is the customer, or this is the segment of the market we are targeting at the product launch. So it helps you to effectively allocate resources. It helps you to effectively put your product into the market, targeting the right audience with the right message and through the right channels at the same time. So having a product go-to-market strategy helps you to effectively do all these things when putting your product into the market. Yeah. So now that you know why you need a go-to-market strategy and its importance. Now, what are the key elements that makes up a go-to-market strategy? So you need to know those key elements that actually makes up a go-to-market strategy. So what are they? Number one, target market identification. Yes, as a business, the first thing you need to do is to identify your target market. You need to clearly define the specific market segments that your product or service will be targeting. Your product it will never and can never be for everybody. So you need to understand who your target market or your target segments are. You need to know the characteristics, you need to know their needs, you need to know the problem they are trying to solve, you need to know what this segment or these customers actually want. So your go-to-market strategy, one of the key elements is for you to what? To identify your key market segment or your key target customers. That is number one. Number two, yes, customer segmentation. You might have, let's say for example, your target market is the female gender. Now, out of this female gender, you can't just target all the female gender. Out of the female gender, probably you are targeting let's say you do the age of 25 to 45. You can see even when you have the market as the female gender, there's still going to be a segment in that market. So you need to also segment your customer into different segments. It might be based on age, it might be based on gender, it might be based on behavioral pattern, it might be based on demographics. So you need to be able to segment your customer to the barest minimum. Why do you need to do this? Because it helps you to what? To tailor your marketing messages, to tailor your marketing activities to this specific audience. Like I said, you can't be targeting every customers at the same time. You need to know, okay, at this point of our product cycle, at this point of our startup growth, this is the segment of users we want to focus and target. So customer segmentation helps you to what? To group your customer based on certain characteristics. Then you are able to target and tailor your marketing activities towards these segments and help you achieve a successful product launch and product growth. So that is number two, customer segmentation. So key element number three of go-to-market strategy is you need to define your value proposition. Yes, you need to define and communicate the uniqueness of your product or service to your customers. Your product, what makes your product different from your competitors? What makes why should your customers choose you over your competitor? So you need to clearly state and communicate your what makes you unique, what makes you different, what is that competitive advantage you have over your competitor. So you need to clearly state and identify your value proposition. Number four, it is pricing and packaging. Yes, you need to also determine what is the best pricing model for your business. You need to there are so many things you need to put into consideration when you are trying to adopt your pricing model, your pricing strategy. You need to consider the market demand. You need to consider the competition. What was the pricing of your competitors? You need to know how does your customer perceive your product. You can't also say, oh, our product will be times two of what the market is currently having. You need to know, key, will your customers willing to pay for this because of the value, passive value of your product. So you need to understand so many things before you decide on your pricing model or your pricing for your product. So that is the another key element of a go-to-market strategy. Yes, this is very, very important. Distribution channels, because you need to identify and select the appropriate channels to reach your target audience. If your target audience are on Facebook, you don't have business going to Twitter. If your target audience are offline, then you might not have business going online. So you need to identify the best and most effective way to distribute your products and your messaging as well. So you need to ensure you identify and know the best distribution channels for your marketing and product as it will. Yes, marketing and promotion. Another key element of a go-to-market strategy is marketing and promotion. You need to have a very comprehensive marketing plan to drive your product's awareness, to drive demand generation, to drive customer acquisition, to drive customer retention, to drive customer loyalty. So you need to factor in all the necessary touch points and all the necessary what's it called, customer journey, for you to know, okay, what marketing channels, what promotion activities do we need to do at this point of product launch. Is do you need to do social? Do you need to do PR? Do you need to do content? Do you need to do offline or both online and offline? So you need to be able to identify the marketing and promotion that is suitable for your business. Yes, metrics and analytics. This is very, very important. So you need to, because we need to measure the performance of your activities. You need to measure the effectiveness of your market strategy. So you need to identify the key metrics and continuously analyze the performance of your strategy. Yeah. So we've looked at what a go-to-market strategy is, why you need a go-to-market strategy, the key elements of a go-to-market strategy. So let's see, why is it important to have a go-to-market strategy. So importance of a go-to-market strategy. Number one, go-to-market strategy helps you to better understand your market. He said a go-to-market strategy enable businesses to thoroughly analyze and understand their target market, because definitely you need to do a lot of research. You understand your target market. You need to understand your customers' need. You need to also understand your customers' behavior, their preference, the market trend in your industry that you are trying to go into. So this helps you to better understand the market you are going into, then helps you to what, to tailor in all the necessary factors and things to have to help you have a successful product and product launch as well. Number two, it also gives you a good competitive advantage, because a well-crafted go-to-market strategy allow businesses to differentiate themselves from the competitors. Because one thing about go-to-market strategies is that it involves a lot of research. So during your course of research, you would have probably identified the things that actually gives you a competitive advantage over your competitor. It might be your business model, it might be your product itself, it might be your pricing, it might be your uniqueness. So it helps you to see that thing that makes you have an advantage over your competitor, and that is what is going to help you stand out when you start dropping your marketing messages to your audience. So it helps you to identify what gives you advantage over your competition. Number three, better product positioning and differentiation. Yes, a go-to-market strategy helps you to better position your product in the market. It helps you to better place your product in the eyes of your customers. So and it also helps you identify your uniqueness, so that what makes you different, and you can also use that in your marketing message as well. Yes, revenue generation. Go-to-market strategy is essential for revenue growth. By identifying the target market, understanding your customers' needs, and employing effective marketing and sales techniques, businesses can generate demand, acquire new customers, and drive sales. So, a well-executed go-to-market strategy optimizes optimizes revenue potential and accelerate business growth. So because you have done your research, you'll be able to see where the opportunities are in the market. So it helps you to take advantage of those opportunities and drive business revenue and growth for your business. Customer acquisition and retention. Yes, go to market strategy. That is one of the core uses of a go-to-market strategy is customer acquisition. So, if you effectively carry out your research and you've effectively executed your go-to-market strategy, then you should not be having problem with customer acquisition, because it helps you to what to acquire new customer. Not just only that, it also helps you see where the opportunities lie in retaining those customers and making them a loyal customer at the long run. Yeah, so what are the step by step guide to develop a go to market strategy? You need to learn, you need to understand how to develop a go to market strategy. So let's look at the steps involved to developing a go to market strategy. So let's see. So number one, like I said, when you want to develop a go-to-market strategy, it takes a lot of research. You need to conduct series of research into understanding your market. You need to get a deep understanding of your target market, your audience, what do they need, what problem are trying to solve, what are their behavior, what are their behaviors, what are the trend in your in that industry, in that market that you're trying to enter. So you need to analyze different industrial reports, do customer survey, do computer analysis, and have as much as relevant data as necessary for you to carry out your research and make informed decision when you are trying to do what develop your market strategy. So you need to do a lot of what a lot of market research. That is number one. Number two, you also need to define your goals and objectives. Yes, you want to launch your product into the market. Now, what is your goals? What do you want to achieve? Do you want to achieve 1 million signups in 3 months? Do you want to generate X amount of revenue in a space of 6 months? So you need to understand what your goals and objectives are. Once you now identify this, you need to align that goal to the overall company's objective, which has the revenue, the market share. Probably want to have like 50% of the market share. You want to, or let's say you want to have 15,000 customer acquisition. You want to have like 15% product penetration. So you need to understand your goal and objective. Yes, number three, it is important. Identify target market and segment. So you have the target market, and you also need to what segment your market. So that is very, very important. You can segment your customers, your target market into probably demographics, behavioral pattern, and other criteria that is very, very relevant to your product and to your industry. Number four, you need to develop a value proposition. This is very, very important. So you need to craft a compelling value proposition that highlights what makes you unique and also the benefits of your product. Yes, focus more on the benefits and what makes you unique. So that your customers are able to see what makes you stand out from your competitors and what they are actually going to gain when they actually come on board with your product. Let them know the problem you are trying to solve. Yeah, that is very, very important. Yes. Identify your distribution channel. Yes, what mode of distribution do you want to do? Are you going online? Are you going offline? You need to ensure that you pick the most effective distribution channel for your product and for your marketing. There are so many things you need to factor in when you're choosing your distribution channel. You need to factor in the cost, you need to factor in the reach, you need to factor in your customer preference. Which way does your customer prefer? Do they prefer online or do they prefer offline? You need to factor in how scalable is that channel is. Not that you start now because you know you'll not be having so much customer. Is that channel, is this scalable? Let's say you now start having like 5,000 customers. So you need to understand the scalability of whatever channels you are picking. Yeah, so that is very, very important. Yes, determine your pricing model or your pricing strategy. You also need to factor that in. Now, so many things need to be considered when you are choosing your pricing model. You need to understand your audience. You need to understand the market. You need to understand the common pricing of the market. So you need to factor in this into your thoughts when you are trying to what come up with a pricing strategy or pricing model for your business. Do you want to do a discount model? Do you want to do a freemium where people freemium model, that is people first sign up to use some free version before they can now upgrade to what's it called, to the plain plan? But do you want to do a discount? Do you want to do product bundling? So you need to factor in what is the best pricing strategy that will suit your customer and also be profitable to the business in the long run. Okay, identify your metrics. Yes, it is important because what you don't measure, you can't grow. So you need to identify those key performance indicators and metrics that you can use to monitor the success of your go-to-market strategy. You need to identify probably is the number of customer acquired, is the number of the app download, is the number of transaction on the platform, is the number of sales that you make, is the number of demo calls that you're able to achieve. So you need to identify those key metrics then and so that you can always measure the success of your go-to market strategy. Yes, you also need to develop your marketing and promotion plan. Yes, you need to know key what is the best marketing plan to execute this marketing strategy. What are the promotions that is needed to get the messaging to your audience? You need to identify all these touch points. You need to do offline marketing or online marketing. Do you need to attend events? You need to sponsor events. You need to do PRs. You need to do press mentions. So you need to understand and identify those key marketing and promotion that will help you achieve your goal as you go into the market. Yeah, measure and continually improve. So like I said, one thing about your go-to-market strategy is that it's not cast on stone. So once you measure and you see areas of improvement, you review and you try to improve and continuously get feedback from from your team, from your customers. Look for where area to improve so that you can improve on them. Look for area where you are doing well, continue to do well in that area. So with this, you are able to successfully have a go-to-market strategy. Yeah. So just a brief summary before we round up the whole session. So we discussed about go-to-market strategy. I said is a plan that shows that outlines the process of you putting your products or services into the market. You also look at some of the reasons why you need a go-to-market strategy. You also look at some the importance of having a go-to-market strategy before now rounding it up with steps in creating or developing a go-to-market strategy. So yeah, it's always very difficult, especially for new founders to do this by themselves. So at Startup Launch Code, one of the things we help businesses do is to sit down with founders and help them identify and develop a go-to-market strategy. So if you need help with developing your go-to-market strategy, you can reach out, schedule a session with the great expert at Startup Launch Code. All you need to do is go to our website at www.startuplaunchcode.co and schedule like a 30 minutes discovery session where we help you set help you identify and discuss all the necessary things that will help you to successfully create and develop a go-to-market strategy. So to meet again another time where we have another interesting session. Do have a lovely time. Cheers.